Why it's so hard to forgive yourself sometimes? Why it's easier to forgive others than yourself? The healing journey begins with forgiving yourself and others, and I think that's really powerful. Hello, my name is Martina, but you can call me Marti, and this is Sophora, a space I created to talk about soft life, cozy living, living in your 20s, being a girl, being a human being. Everyone is welcome here in the channel, so don't forget to subscribe. And yeah, today we are talking about forgiveness, a really sensitive topic, but a really important one. What is to forgive and why it's so important in the healing process? Right now, I am going through a complicated situation in which I have to forgive myself in order to heal. For me, it's easier to forgive others than myself, but I'm trying to, and I realize I cannot start healing if I don't forgive myself first. I did things wrong and I have to take accountability for my actions, and I think that's really important to start your healing journey. And since we are talking about healing era in this channel, I wanted to share with you guys this process of forgiving in my life and the reflections I've had with it. Most philosophers don't describe forgiveness as saying that what happened was okay. They describe it as releasing yourself from remaining trapped in the past. So the Christian girlies will love this, but this is not a religious video at all. But I think if we talk about forgiveness, we can think of Jesus Christ. And yeah, he worked and thought about forgiveness for a long time, and we can read about it, and I think it's really interesting how he explained forgiveness and why it's so important. While he was suffering on the cross, he said, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." Whether you're religious or not, I think this idea was revolutionary. Jesus didn't present forgiveness as weakness, but as freedom. He also thought about forgiving people 70 times 7, and this means like don't count it, but it's a way of living for him to forgive. That's the only way you can move on. Centuries later, the philosopher Hannah Arendt wrote something really fascinating. She believed that people had two abilities: the ability to make promises and the ability to forgive. Without promises, we couldn't trust the future, and without forgiving, we become prisoners of our past. She believed forgiveness gives us something really important: the ability to begin again. Because if none of us could ever be forgiven, we will be forever defined by our worst mistakes. Another interesting story is about the apartheid in South Africa. After that ended, many people expected revenge there. And if I'm telling this story wrong, you can comment down below with the real facts. But I did a research, and this is the information I got. And yeah, most people expected revenge after the apartheid ended. But there was this person, Desmond Tutu, instead led the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. He didn't believe that forgiveness meant to pretend nothing happened. It wasn't about excusing injustice. It began with telling the truth. One of his most famous ideas was there is no future without forgiveness. And I think that's a powerful sentence. Because if you think so, forgiveness doesn't erase the past. It simply refuses to let the past decide your future. There is also a beautiful Hawaiian practice called Oponopono that I really like, and I think it's been helping me a lot in all my processes. Traditionally, it was for families in Hawaii to acknowledge conflict and take responsibility for actions, ask for forgiveness, and forgive others. And today, most of the people know it for 4 sentences: I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And I think that's really beautiful. It's kind of a whole healing process in 4 sentences, you know? Whether or not you practice it, I think there is something beautiful about the idea that healing begins with forgiving others and forgiving yourself, and to do things right with your community and with ourselves. That's one of the most important as well. But also psychology, tells us something similar. Forgiveness is not forgetting, it's not excusing, it's not pretending nothing happened. It's choosing not to carry the emotional weight forever. And sometimes the person we most need to forget is ourselves. I think most of us believe that if we keep punishing ourselves, we are going to be better people. But guilt doesn't always create growth, sometimes create shame, and shame is a really low vibrational state. I think you can learn from your past without living inside it. So today I want to leave you with a question. What version of yourself are you still trying to punish? The one who didn't know better? The one who was trying to survive? Maybe forgiveness is not saying it never happened. It's saying it happened, but it doesn't get to define my whole future. So before you go to sleep tonight, I want you to tell this to yourself. I'm still learning, I'm still growing, and I deserve the chance to become someone new. I hope this video resonated with you and see you in the next video. Bye!